good afternoon, lads, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people across the gameplay, across the world, across Plunder Pirates. Look, we're so high up, oh, I'm so scared of heights. It's time for me to explain to you. Once you upgrade your pirate hall up, it's always best to start upgrading your academy, your guild hall, your voodoo hut. Always use 3 builders for your upgrades and then use a 4th one for your walls. New players, you must work towards your 4 builders, and that's when your gameplay will start. Now, the reason why you do your academy is then you can allow your pirates to start getting trained, so then they can get stronger. As you keep upgrading and training the pirates that you enjoy using the most, then they will get stronger and your game will start to become more enjoyable. The reason why you do the voodoo hut, now the primary upgrade starts with the voodoo troops. You must start with your gunslingers, priestess, or witch doctor. You do those 3. Don't worry about the scallywags, you can start doing them a bit later, okay? But you start with those 3. But if you have too much loot, then just start the scallywag as well. First you start those 3 troops, then you move on to the academy troops. You make sure you start with your gunners, your brutes, or your juggernauts, or your heavy gunner sky raiders, whichever troops you enjoy using the most. And remember, the reason why you do the guild hall, very important, listen. The guild hall will trigger the upgrades for your perks, being your stonemason, being your observatory, being a pirate catcher, being a training grounds, where are you hiding, and also your blacksmith. So doing the guild hall will help you to trigger the 5 perks that are important for you to upgrade. So once this is done, you start doing your perks, you understand? And once this one is done, academy, and also your voodoo hut, once they are done, then you can and should remember 3 important priorities: silo, guild ship, fort. These 3 are very important for your long-term gameplay growth overall. Typically, most 9 out of 10 players, probably 9.8, 9.9 players out of 10, always do the monkeys on some long range. What you doing, Unique Rebel? They always start with the ground pounders, okay? It's good to get your ARRRs done, because they take about 2-3 days. They're quite quick. Me, the Unique Rebel, I always start with my mines and my flame gates, because while people are upgrading their troops to attack you, I'm doing my traps to stop them. I have a different approach. As I said, most people do their loot storages. I find that the loot storages is like your bone structure of your body. So the way I look at it, don't worry about these ones being out here. This I left out here on purpose so that players can come and farm on my island and they can take some loots, because my stories are overflowing, so I'm a giver. And the reason why I've put a shark trap here is that when troops come in, they have to always hit this first. And while they're trying to hit that, this one here will just knock them out. So the reason why I put ground pounder here is looking straight at a shark trap. So I've got my own ways of what I do. Always leave your gold, mines, and grog distilleries for later. They can always be done as you're completing all your upgrades and everything. And then when you're about to pirate haul up, that's when you're finishing off your, you understand what I'm saying, your grog distilleries and gold mines. With me personally, I always do my legendary mines, and I do my mines first, then I go for, ground pounders, and I do my bunkers. After ground pounders, I always do bunkers. Basically, you have to do everything inside the walls, okay? I do my mortars, I do my mystic mortars, I do my gun towers, I do my bunkers, I do my storages. Do you understand? I do whatever's inside the walls. Then you work outside the walls, you understand? But as you do a pirate haul up, always start with your academy, your guild hall, and your voodoo hut. Then start doing your walls, and it will be better for you in the long run. That's the best way that I find. And then you can just, whatever you want. But with my storages, what I do is I always leave my storages for last, because once I've upgraded everything else, when I start doing my storages, my island feels like, basically, your storages are like your bone, like the tough part of your knuckles and your elbow and your knees. Like that, it kind of holds the structure together. Yeah, so it's important that you follow simple instructions to remember that your guild ship, your legendary pirate fort, and your silo are very key, important. Let me turn that around. A very, very key and important parts of your long-term gameplay. Yeah? The struggles that new players have with the gameplay nowadays is far different than what we had in the past. So putting my hand on my heart, could honestly say that I do not know totally what kind of struggles that new players go through. But what I do know is that I can only try to help with the good word of people towards the loyal people, players that enjoy this gameplay the most. I can only try to help you, to guide you and show you. If you reach out to me, I'll reach back out to you. That's how I work. That's how I operate. That's what I'm trying to do. I do think about players that are across the game. I do think about the guilds that are across the game. I look for the guilds. I look at Honeymead and I think to myself, 10 PR to join. Just put it down to 1 like I have. Let new players join. Remember, communication is key. That's the first thing you do. I look at other guilds, whether it be Russian brothers, sisters, put the PR down to 1. Let new players come and join. What have you got to lose? Nothing. Yeah? Put the PR down to 1. Let newer players come and join. Raise your own army. Raise your own players. Put your own efforts into your gameplays. You understand what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do to make the betterment. This great players here, look, Welsh Kingdom. Put your PR down to 1. And watch what happens. I promise you that your guild will fill up by the end of before the event even starts. That's my promise. That's a unique rebel promise. Put this pirate rank down to 1. Allow the new players to come and join you so they can learn from you. When I say to you to put your pirate rank down, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your guild. All I'm saying is you all are great teachers out there of the game. And it's your job to teach those new players. And then you can raise your own. You understand? And that's what the best part of this game is. Put your pirate rank to 1. And watch how your guild will fill up. I'm telling you, every guild up here will be of 50s. I'm telling you, even this one here, look. Watch all these players online. Watch this. Oh, they were online a little while ago. But if they put their pirate rank down to 1, the unique rebel promises your guild will fill up within the week, within days. Put your pirate rank down to 1. Lower your wings of mercy. Put them down. Let new players come and join. And if they're no good for you, just let them go. You understand what I'm saying? Don't allow them to take advantage of your good nature. Do not bend like that. Do not fold like that. Do not allow. That's the best I can give to you, is show you what I do. When I upgrade my pirate hall, I always do my traps and my mines first. Because I'm very tricky. I'm hard, because they upgrade very quick. Especially the mines. They upgrade within days, like 1.5, 2.5, something very silly. They only take a few days. Look at the pirate rank here, 777. You normally don't see that come down that low. But that's what I'm saying. That's all you got to do. Next thing you know, your guilds just fill up. They'll fill up so quick. And you know, I just like to say, look, I've got players here at the game, and some of them haven't scored very high, but I don't expect them to score very high. It's new players, yeah. Look, I got a Pyro 5, yeah. So I've done 2 rumbles ever, and they're 75 points, and where my points are, you understand what I'm saying? I can't pretend to score 300 points and start putting pressure. It don't work that way. And there's others that I've tried. They've gone into a battle without troops. It happens to me all the time. I'm telling you, even happens to my little one. This player here, look, right? Don't worry about the days in Pirates, because this person, what happened was, I'll tell you what happened. The story. This player came into the game, walked into one a door and straight out the other, and just didn't want to play no more. And then sometimes they come across a guild that's very unwelcoming, and they come into one door and out the other. Then they just don't know where they're going. You understand? And there's other little players. Look, I did say earlier to in the guild chat that can you please upgrade your loot storages? And this player's been upgrading loot storages, and as we win or lose, whenever, every day, this player will continue to gain loot, and so they can help themselves. It'll take time. All good things take time. If you hear my voice, echo, be assured, I'll always be there for you, especially the new players and those coming back to the game. For all those that be worthy, you never do. Yes, that's what I do at Fizzy Pop.
Yeah.
I just try and tell everybody that when I pirate haul up,
Yeah.
I always do my guild hall,
Yeah.
my academy, and my voodoo hut first.
Oh.
I do my academy so I can train up my troops.
Yep.
I do my voodoo hut so I can train up my troops.
Okay.
I do my guild hall so it triggers a 5 perk upgrades.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then what I do is always, when I do my upgrades for my perks first, then I always do my mines and my, flame gates and stuff first. I've got a different way of doing things, yeah?
Like your...
Yeah, I'm tricky.
Yeah.
I'm very tricky. I do those first. So then I start doing my ground pounders and my bunkers and my gun towers, even inside the walls.
Mm.
And then I leave my gold mines and my grog distilleries. Look at any bugs walking through the... What's he doing there? Yeah, so I always do my gold mines and grog distilleries closer to the end, just before I'm about to do my next power hole up.
Yeah.
But it depends. If I've done all my walls before I've done my upgrades,
Yeah.
I put the 4th builder on the upgrades as well.
Oh.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
But if I've done my upgrades first, and obviously then you haven't been putting enough time for your walls, have you?
True.
So that's what it is. You need to use Sadie stamina. If you've got Sadie, use the 20 stamina of your legendary pirates every day so that they get exhausted and they're there for the next day. Farm whenever you can. It's important to do that, otherwise you're going to put a lot of unnecessary pressure upon yourself. So I'm wishing you all well, wherever you may be. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep rising for the gameplay endurance, but most importantly, for the algorithm dynamics and the cards that you've been dealt with for your real life. That's the one. Patashed.